Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another show. Look, man, ICE is in the airport and it's actually working and Democrats are mad for whatever reason. A reporter goes to spring break and literally takes the temperature of all of the Americans that are going to be running this country, and your mind is going to be blown. And before we talk about all that, we have a very unfortunate story. A 15-year-old boy was killed over a pair of jeans. Welcome to the Officer Tatum Show.
I want everybody in this room to have that same spirit, that same identity carried in your life.
Make sure that you go through life and find your purpose.
And we don't do this just to get a pat on the back. We do it because we came here to win.
And it starts with you understanding that God has a purpose for you.
This is the time to be more bold than ever before.
We're all Americans at the end of the day, and we should love one another. We should be focused on what's right for our country.
Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, I need to give a shout out to my boy B. Sampson because this is his product line. His shirt is actually fire. I got to figure out what the website URL is. I think it's like savage.com or something like that, but we'll find out. If you like this shirt, man, go show my boy support. He actually runs our print shop. He has his own print store, and his merch is actually better than mine. I ain't going to even lie. When it comes to swaggy, his stuff way swaggy than mine. I literally want to wear his stuff every day. But regardless, we'll support B. Sampson. We'll get the link for you guys. We'll put it in the description section so you can go buy a shirt. At least head to the website and check it out. Shout out to all the members. I appreciate all of you guys who have been members of the Officer Tatum Show from the beginning. Some of y'all been members for years, and I appreciate you. All of our new members, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys coming in, the post-show clarity, some of the behind-the-scenes stuff. We got some more interesting stuff that's coming up because I just went and shot my AR suppressed from Silencer Shop, and I went through the process of getting the silencer and everything, and it was easy, it was simple, and that can that I got is insane. I cannot believe. Wait till you see the video of me shooting. And your boy still got it, just so you know. For all you people out there talking trash about your boy B. Tatum, I still got it, and I ain't been practicing. Wait till I start getting it, start doing some tactical movement and stuff. Y'all, nighttime, okay? All right, let's get to, what's funny? Y'all hear that beep? You know what's really funny is that I literally did the AI YouTube, so behind the scenes for YouTube creators, they have like an AI specifically for YouTube. YouTube literally said, you need to fix your smoke alarm because your audience is hearing the smoke alarm in the background and it's distracting. It's not my smoke alarm, but I think it interpreted the messages that you guys say as paying attention to it, even though you guys know what it is and it's funny. All right, let's get to the action. And if you want to join the membership program, make sure you hit the join button. We had hundreds of you guys join. Almost every day is people joining. So I appreciate you guys. And if you want to join, check it out. You don't have to. I still love you. You still get free content. Let's talk about this really sad story of this 15-year-old boy. The crazy thing is that I have a 15-year-old son. And I could not imagine losing my son over something stupid like this. And unfortunately, it's the same situation that you would expect. Before I show you, what race of people do you think this is involved with? I'm not judging you. Which race do you think where you hear a 50-year-old is shot to death over a pair of jeans? I know what your brain thinking, and you are probably correct. Pull a picture up. Unfortunately, in the black community, and y'all don't want to hear me say this, that we have so much violence and tension and ego. And, it's like young boys growing up without dads. And I would argue, not to say this boy didn't have a dad because he's a victim, but I would argue that these young boys growing up in the community without a dad, with all of that feminine energy, young men are not meant to grow up around only feminine energy. That's a conflict to their existence. And they begin to be more aggressive, more violent. They act out more. And that's the feminine energy without the masculine energy of having a dad. So let's hear this story. It's very unfortunate, but here's the clip of what went down, and we're going to talk about it. Roll it.
He was shot over a pair of jeans. That's how a Raleigh father says he lost his 15-year-old son. Police say the shooting happened on Friday morning on Springshire Court. You might remember we were covering it as breaking news through the day on Friday. This is right off Sunnybrook Road. A young suspect is now in custody. And Dewan Hogard is joining us live now. Dewan, you spoke to the victim's father earlier today, who shared much more about his son's final moments and this devastating loss of his.
Yeah, that's right, Steve. CJ Alston, that's Caden's dad. I had a chance to speak with him inside the family's living room earlier today for several minutes, and he tells me the boy who police say shot his own son, he was told the night before, couldn't even be allowed over at the house.
I seen him on the ring camera at like 11:36. By 11:51, the police was here.
CJ Alston is still in a state of disbelief tonight, days after his son Caden was shot and killed in the family's home by someone who he says pretended to be his son's friend.
The boy who shot Caden has known him for a few years. I want to say at least like 5-6 years, probably longer.
According to Alston, it all allegedly started after two boys came over to the house for a pair of jeans that Caden was selling. But he says the boys did not want to pay for the clothing, so instead, Alston says one of the boys shot his son.
When he got shot, he told him, like, you shot me.
He says the inside of the house was covered in his son's blood as he tried to call 911.
Caden was in here running around, like, trying to clean up his own blood from the bathroom, the closet door, the kitchen. It's just like, it was blood drops everywhere. He even had a roll of tissue that it's got his like handprint, his bloody handprint in it.
Alston visibly grieving the loss of his only son as he shared these pictures with me of the two of them from over the years.
I'm just still in disbelief. I'm upset, I'm angry. I just hate it. Kaden was my only kid.
And Raleigh police, as reported, have since made an arrest on juvenile petitions. And because of that juvenile's age, his identity will not be released. CJ also tells me the boy who police say did it actually knew his son for several years. He also knew of CJ very well. And he's still very surprised that any of this would have happened there at the home.
And let me just say this, and it's crazy. It's a crazy story. And the reason why this story hit me, because my son's name is Caden. You know, and I'm gonna send this video to my son because he was selling stuff too. He got himself caught up in a situation where some kid ended up coming to our house. And it wasn't a kid, it was a grown man. And I had to get on the phone with him. Like, boy, and this is why, like, kids, they think daddy is like being evil and mean when we trying to save you. This is exactly why you don't have people come to the house when your parents not there. I remember I got my butt towed up from the floor up. And this was a friend and my dad knew. My dad said, when I'm at work, ain't nobody, better not have nobody at the house. And I'm like, oh, my friend Darius he's exempt, right? We play the game every day. My dad know Darius. My dad came home with the belt. Darius, you got to go home. Didn't I tell you not to? I'm like, Dad, I thought Darius was cool. And I told you nobody. Waka, 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 waka. I was mad at my dad. Why you do me like that? And let me tell you the story. Why you do me like that, Dad? And then my son end up having some guy try to come to our house. We have a gated community. He ended up getting the guy into the community. He gets to our house and he's telling me, Dad, I don't have the money. My card don't work. I almost lost my mind. I said, boy, I had the guy on the phone. Look, man, you can't be at our house. So I don't know, like, what I got to do to get you this stuff so you can get out of our house or away from our house? I don't even know if the dude was in the house. And I know my son probably was mad at me. Dad, it was just so mad. No, man, because this stuff can happen to you. That dude come to our house, he know where we live. He starts saying stuff, it get jiggy and they want to shoot and kill you or something or rob you or something. And so I hope that this story is not only an exemplification of what I be saying all the time. Hopefully people in the community get it, but also young people who are watching this, listen to your parents because we already lived your life already like 3 times over and we're trying to help you. All right, let's get to the next story. Before we get there, which is the spring break story. This is a guy going and asking people at spring break, and this is the future, y'all. These are the people. None of them gonna own anything, but except the smart ones. But these are the people that are gonna be working for you. I'm not gonna say these are the people that be running the country because they not running nothing because they're not gonna make it. They're gonna be working for you. So these are your future employees. And this is what some of them had to say. Before we get there, I want to give a quick shout out to Shenergy. If you're looking for sustainable energy without the crash, without a whole bunch of caffeine, get you Shenergy, our day formula. Okay, it's not a traditional energy drink. It only has 75 milligrams of caffeine in it, with nothing that's going to make your heart pop. And then you're going to have just enough caffeine that if you need more, drink two. And then when you get home at night, you have enough, not a bunch of cortisol running through your body where you can't sleep. So then you take the night drink, get good quality sleep, total energy. Nobody's doing it but Shenergy. I'm telling you. Get the link. Go order today. Let's go to spring break. Let's get the young lady up here. I think that's the first interview. And this is from Jesse Waters' show. He sent out a reporter to do these interviews. Wrote a clip.
What issue facing America is the most important to you?
What bikini I'm gonna wear next? Obesity is terrible.
Ice. Not personally. I'm legal.
Getting a tan on the beach. That's the most important thing in my life right now.
I'm thinking about Starbucks, to be honest. I'm thinking about Starbucks, what I'm gonna get for today.
The elevators don't work. You got 43 floors. The elevators don't work.
I could take this little glass of water, drop it in the magnets. That's the end of the elevator.
What have you heard that Donald Trump has been doing recently?
Gulf of America. That's the last thing I kept up with.
We're going to war with Iraq. That's been crazy.
What are you doing, Columbia? You got Maduro out?
You must
Hold on. She said she had the I right. It's Iran. She said Iraq. That's crazy. Is she time traveling? That girl is still in 2000s. I mean, or early 2000s. She said Iraq. All right, come on.
I kept up with.
We're going to war with Iraq. That's been crazy.
What are you doing, Columbia? You got Maduro out?
You must be happy.
I'm very happy.
The Ayatollah's dead.
What? Who? What?
What is that? Who the is Ayatollah?
I've never heard that word in my life.
Lewis, what's Ayatollah?
I haven't heard. I found out about Chuck Norris yesterday. That was more devastating to me.
He was the supreme leader of Iran.
He's dead?
Oh,
We killed him.
You did? You killed
I know some of this is fun and funny or whatever it case may be, but it does tell a quick story. And we have a little bit more, but I want to break here. It does tell a quick story, right? It tells the story of how we get so consumed in the politics that we think everybody's mind is thinking about the Ayatollah, bombings, war in Iran, Epstein files. Like when you get so consumed in this atmosphere, you think that that's what the world sees. And to be honest, even though these kids were joking a little bit, I think that it's a good judgment on how people are perceiving things and what is important. Like some people are like, I don't even watch the news. People actually don't care. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little jelly. Because sometimes I wish I didn't care. I wish I didn't even know what was going on sometimes. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. All right, let's get to a few more. Roll it.
School do you go to?
University of North Florida in Jacksonville.
Georgetown University.
The Ohio State University.
How woke is your school?
Woke? Like, party-wise?
We're woke as
Pretty woke, I will say. They're crazy over there.
What is the definition of woke?
The definition of woke? Oh my gosh, that's like a difficult question.
What happens at spring break?
You have a few people offering you to do things for money. That's probably the craziest.
My friend was streaking all day last night.
My friend peed last night.
Why do you do that?
Because he's a degenerate.
I just saw a guy start punching this other guy.
Was he really good or was it just...
Actually, he was really good. He started
Could
practicing.
I have taken him in a fight?
How have the ladies been treating you?
Treated me to 3 shots for free.
She treated you to shots.
Yeah, it's usually the other way around, but
Well, you're drinking out of a straw, so it kind of checked out. Was that good?
no, it tastes like ass, but we're drinking it.
How are the guys been treating you?
Oh, they're guys. Nice, lovely.
So chivalry is not dead.
It is. But you don't come to Fort Lauderdale to find your husband. They like it when you say oh, I have a boyfriend. They're like, okay, well, he's not here.
That is exactly what my husband will testify to tomorrow.
Oh, we got some more, man. Let me just say this real quick, and then we'll play the other ones. Like, I know it's real life, and it's like, this is why I always had fear of having daughters. I just always had fear of having daughters, man. I just never wanted to have a daughter because if I failed in any way, she'll be one of these girls in spring break that some kid talking about, and it haunted me. Okay, and it was partially because of my sins. Okay, I was sinning, And I don't want a daughter because I don't want no other guy seeing it and doing that. All right, let me get off this subject before people get uncomfortable. Okay, let's finish the clip. Roll it.
If you were president of the United States, what would be the first thing that you guys do?
Buy something really cool, like a bunch of cars.
Lower the drinking age.
All the girls got to be in bikinis 24/7.
Give me and my friends a lot of money.
You'd steal?
Yeah.
From the Federal Reserve?
What's Federal Reserve?
Tell me about ICE.
I mean, someone's got to do it.
Makes every drink better. Who wants a warm drink? Not me.
My dad has a restaurant, and if ICE went into that restaurant and went into our kitchen, I'm not gonna name the restaurant because ICE will actually see this and do it. But yeah, like the restaurant would not be open.
All these construction workers go, bro. Where the build the next McDonald's I want to go to, bro?
First day at McDonald's, I'm looking for a job.
How about all those TSA lines?
I'm like scared to go back. All the flights are getting canceled.
One of them was really nice to me. I had a puppy dog, like my stuffed animal, in my backpack, and he loved it.
Oh my God, I was in line for 40 minutes.
Yeah, that was crazy. They thought I had some residue on my hands. They literally made me wait an hour because they didn't have enough people there.
We're going out to the bars and just going straight to the airport after we go out.
Thanks, Chuck Schumer.
Who is Chuck Schumer?
Who's Chuck Schumer?
His name is Schumer. He's a great Palestinian. No, he's a Palestinian. He's become a Palestinian.
All right, I thought I'd change it up a little bit. Shout out to Grant for getting those stories because my feed is full of minutia. But that was pretty funny, man. I mean, it's a little lighthearted thing, you know, and I'm hoping that through the videos we recognize that, like, it ain't all bad. You know, if you look at the world, you fly on an airplane, you look down at the little ants that are human beings, and we are insignificant in comparison to the world. And in our isolated worlds, we think that everything is bad, and we all, you know, we kind of embody this fear and all this stuff. And like, yeah, there's some of it there, but the likelihood of you losing your life to something is very low. The likelihood of all this catastrophe that you see going around the world is very low. You have a really good opportunity living in America. Even if you're handicapped, slow, you can't read good like me, regardless, you could be successful in America. You can be all you can be, like they used to say in the Army Reserve. You can be all you can be. Just, you got to get your mind right. And this is me talking to myself. You got to get your mind right. All right. Let's get to the next story, which is the ICE in the airports. The Democrats want it to be bad. They want everybody to be flying off the handle. They thought that they had us hoodwinked by saying they're going to not pay TSA workers to make everybody mad, so they hate Donald Trump. And then Donald Trump deployed ICE, and then what happened? I'm going to the airport today. We'll see. And I'll let you guys know if the airport is crowded or not. And this is why I have TSA pre-check and clear. This is not a clear commercial. They should actually pay me for this. But the best decision I ever made was get clear. I go right to the front of the line. I don't want to talk. I don't want to negotiate. I go right to the front. Boom. That's even faster than TSA pre-check. I'm right there in the front. All right. Before we get to that, let's hit up Verdict real quick. For all of my Verdict friends or fans, if you love Verdict, especially those who went to that event and you saw me there and you wanted to order Verdict, it's available. The new batch is out. It's available. It's been shipped. My dad got some. I actually sent him some, so it's not fair. But it's been shipped. Best bourbon on the market. Guilty, not guilty. You got to give it a try. And make sure you leave a review once you try it. Or if you've already tried, leave a review. We want the world to know what you think about Verdict. All right? So the QR code is here. You must be 21 and over. Make sure you are responsible if you decide to drink. All right. Let's get to the ICE story at the airport. Here's ICE in the airport making an arrest that Democrats want to make it seem like this is all they doing at the airport because they're bat crazy. Okay, roll the clip.
What's your name? Can show the badge. Where's the badge?
Where's your badge?
Can someone call 911? Where's your badge? Can I see? Let me see your badge.
Okay.
No, can I see your badge? I don't know if that's legitimate. Can I see your badge number, sir? What is your name? What is your name? Where's your badge number? I'm asking for your badge number, sir. What is your badge number? What is your badge number? This is an illegal arrest. Show the badge number.
It's okay. We'll wait
I
here.
need to see your badge
Step
number.
back. Step back.
I don't know who you are. You could be someone kidnapping her.
Yeah, that looks like a kidnapping. That looks like a kidnapping. If I'm going to kidnap somebody, I'm going to put them in handcuffs. And I'm going to talk to them in Spanish and say everything's being okay in front of everybody. And then I'm going to show you a badge. And then because you didn't see the badge clearly on camera, then I'm just going to keep standing there. And I'm going to actually call somebody on the phone. And then hang the phone up and rub the lady's back and tell her everything's going to be okay. And then if I kidnap somebody, I'm going to kidnap a random person at the airport. There's a random person. A Mexican lady don't speak English. I'm going to kidnap her and get what out of it? I don't know. I'm going to go all the way to the airport to kidnap somebody. That people just silly, man. They looking at this news and they get silly. Well, here's Scott Jennings responding to this whole airport fiasco. And I said this and people got mad at me. They said, why are you attacking her appearance? I'm just giving a scientific observation. Her wig is messing with her brain. Because you're not supposed to have that artificial dog hair on your head like that. The chemicals in that glue can get into your brain. And then you start talking like her. Roll the clip.
Is there a single report today of something going awry with ICE agents?
Well, thank God for 24 hours something bad didn't happen.
Maybe there is.
There was an ICE agent refusing to identify himself, arresting a woman in an airport, freaking people out. They weren't even sure it was in San Francisco airport.
Well, what kind of an interaction was it, actually? Do you know the situation?
It was an arrest. I don't know, Scott. What information do you have?
Who did they arrest? Now, you're bringing it up. Who did they arrest?
No, I'm saying
internet. No, come on, Scott.
Scott, two senior administrators.
Meanwhile, this woman was arrested by ICE Sunday at San Francisco's airport. DHS says she's from Guatemala, had a deportation order signed by a judge, and tried to flee as officers were deporting her. DHS saying the incident was unrelated to efforts to help TSA.
Scott Jennings, I think he came straight from heaven. Like he ascended from heaven or descended from heaven. Descension sounds bad. So he came out of heaven, right? Scott Jennings is like gold. Like if it wasn't for Scott Jennings on CNN, I think the world would be a worse place. Like he just asked the guy simple questions. Well, what was the story about? They clearly don't know. He looked at a headline. This girl had a deportation order signed by a judge. And the only reason that you see her and them in that situation, because she fled. Come on, we got some more. Let's get to, this is in Philly. This is what the DA said he's going to do with ICE. Only because he's a nut. You ain't never heard people talking like this when ICE was doing their job under any administration except for Trump. Roll the clip.
I will put you in handcuffs, and I will put you in a courtroom, and if necessary, I will put you in a jail cell. If you decide to make the terrazzo floor of this airport anything like what you did in the streets of Minneapolis, which involved the criminal homicide of unarmed, innocent people. We are not having that here.
Hold on, time out. Wait. You are the DA in Philly, and your silly, ashy elbows just said unarmed. Pretty was armed with a handgun multiple times during interactions, and the time he was killed, he was armed. And the other stewhead was trying to run over people in the car. So you tell me, Mr. DA, and I will agree with you, put ICE in jail if somebody had a car in the airport and tried to run over an ICE agent. Put him in jail. Because somebody had a car in the airport. I don't know who, you arrest everybody on that. There will never be a car in the airport. So what are you even saying? How are you comparing the two? Show me a guy who's fighting ICE agents with a gun on him in the airport. Okay, that's what I thought. These people are so stupid. I don't know how a grown man go home with his wife at night knowing you are. Okay. I think we got a couple more clips. Roll it.
But let me go back to all ICE agents who are going to keep their oath. who are going to follow the law and uphold the Constitution of the United States, thank you for keeping your oath. To any agent who might think about doing it.
Next clip. I'm sick of hearing this.
The lines are so long inside the terminal that they have set up these rows, which are essentially 4 lanes of traffic. This is an area would normally be used for passenger drop-off, but it has been converted into a TSA security line. And this is just a portion of this line, but I thought the visual, if you look inside through the glass windows, it's all these people have to still make their way through there, wind and zigzag through various lines that are still set up there before they even get to the security checkpoints areas. So from here, we're probably looking at an hour and a half left for at least for a lot of these people who are here this morning.
All right, let's get to the next clip. This is just an idea of how some of these airports are still struggling. Even though they've deployed ICE agents in others, I don't think Houston is one of them, but they're still struggling. This is the reality that people are facing because the Democrats hate you, they hate America, but they hate Trump more than they love their own country. So they're going to continue to filibuster and try to do whatever they can to not get funding to TSA agents. Hundreds of them have quit. These people should be ashamed of themselves, man. Here's another person at the airport telling his story. Roll it.
What's your message to Congress that could put an end to all of this?
It would be ideal. This isn't working for us right now.
Fire them all. Fire them all.
This is taxpayer money. What's
My
it
flight leaves in 16 minutes.
16 minutes.
I got the 3 a.m.
Doesn't seem like you're making that flight. What are you going to do about it?
I don't know. Go home. Work in the yard.
Do you have anywhere to be? It's important.
Yeah,
Where are you traveling
I had a reunion with my high school buddies. So.
And now you're forced to miss that?
Yep.
Is that frustrating? What's that?
A little bit.
Can we move the line?
Yep.
We'll walk with you so that we can keep the line
Yep.
moving. Good morning, everybody. What time did you come to the airport?
I got to the airport at, I don't know what time I get here, 5:30, something like that.
I'm going to the airport today. We'll see. I'm gonna make a scene. Come on, y'all don't play with me. I'll make a scene. Here's another young lady. Roll it.
With ICE at the airports now helping TSA, we're seeing a very different story than what the media is telling you, which is that people are very receptive to this. They really like having ICE here, helping them, giving them water, giving them directions, holding their places in line if they need to use the restroom. So it's a very different story of what we're hearing and seeing so much online. A lot of people are very receptive to this. You can see they're accepting their water bottles. They're thanking them. There's a very friendly tone here from both the ICE officers and the passengers, the travelers here that are waiting in line for hours.
All right, so I think that's enough of this ICE story. I think you get the gist of it. There are some places that still need support and help, and there's other places that. What's 802? All right, they want me to play 802. I'm gonna let y'all be the judge. Roll it.
You got vodka? Very nice. You got vodka in there? I wish.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. Thank you for the service.
You're happy with ICE?
Yes.
Okay.
I like that. I'm happy for the ICE. Thank you for the service.
He don't want to get deported. That's what I can see it in his eyes. He like, yeah, I'm good. Don't look at my passport. No, I'm just playing. No, but that's cool, man. It's a varying circumstances, situations. Some airports are crazier than others. Some airports, no traffic, real traffic because they're not a busy airport. Some are out of control. If I go to the airport and I have to wait for 4 hours to get on a plane, you might as well drive. I think, it depends if you're going across the country, but in some cases, you can drive and get there faster than that. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank y'all for the support. And I want to start doing this a little more, is just saying thank you to everybody who support me. Whether you are a paid member or not, I appreciate you. I want you to know every show, I need to end it with telling you how much I appreciate you, because you guys have no idea how much you mean to me and how much it's because of you that I continue to keep fighting this good fight. I'm telling you, there's days I want to give up and be like, what am I doing, dude? You're talented, B. You got to go do something else with your life. You see, every day of the week, your brain is hurting looking at these dummies online. You could be a regular person and just live a normal life. However, I do appreciate all the support that you guys give me, and every time somebody come up to me in the airport or somewhere and they go, Brandon, thank you so much, man. I love you, Officer Tatum, man. I love your content. Thank you for doing this. You're the voice of the people and different things like that. It's like a reminder that, nah, B, you got to keep going. The enemy wants you to stop. The enemy wants to deter you. And I'll say this to people who are watching this. If you feel that in your life, you feel a lot of pressure, you feel like things are going wrong, you feel like everything is against you, let me tell you something. You're getting ready to crest the mountain. You're getting ready to go right over the top. You're getting ready to win, because what happens is when God is taking you to the next level, when God is getting ready to give you what you've been praying for, it gets difficult at first. When you're at the bottom of the mountain and you're nowhere near, getting to the top, it's easier at first. And then it gets progressively harder and harder and harder and harder. And then right at the end is the hardest of when you're doing a climb. Right at the end of the race is the hardest part of the race, because you got to finish strong. And you're almost to that finish line. So anyway, for all the members, I appreciate you. If you haven't joined the membership, join. We're getting ready to go to the post-show clarity. This is a short show because I got to travel today. But I appreciate you guys. And for all of you guys that are part of the membership, catch me on the other side. Post-show clarity. Hold the phone.